Wednesdays with Wesley. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Wednesdays with Wesley. I walk around the hallway and I see like people from different grades who are like, "Hey, watch your YouTube, it's pretty good." And people, I hardly even talk to, they're like, "Oh yeah, your channel's pretty cool." And it's like, wow, I didn't know that people like this so much. It's always an honor and a pleasure to know that people who I hardly even know are getting to know me very, very slowly through a YouTube series that I make. But enough complimenting you guys, because you are the greatest viewers I could ask for. Because adults would nitpick at everything and babies just wouldn't care. Yeah? See my point there? Hopefully. But the topic today is going to be a topic that I personally really, really like. Video games!
Video games!
That includes computer games and apps that you play on your phone or your iPad or your magical Windows phone or whatever you decide is a good idea to use. Anything that you play as a game on electronics. Pretty much the definition of a video game. But I don't know. In today's society, figure it's about 50-50 split between the people who actually like them and the people who actually don't like them. I, for one, like them. I'm pretty sure you guessed that by now. Like, as I'm sure you can tell, I like video games because by this age, if you try and do like make-believe play, you're not gonna get very far. I figure as like teenagers we're too oriented towards reality now to play like we used to do as children. Good times. But that solves, everything is solved in video games. Like, my mind when I'm in video games isn't this scrawny little kid. Well, I'm not that scrawny. I'm just thin. But this guy, this kid, this 14-year-old who just lives in Chicago, and he just sits there and his life is boring and nothing actually there are three main types of enjoyment in your life. There's like something bad that happens, and there's something heroic that can happen, or there's something romantic. None of those three are happening, which makes my life kind of boring. Very boring. Really boring. But with a video game, all that gets taken away. You don't even concentrate on your life, you concentrate on the main character's life. Like, what kind of life are you trying to have him lead in your game? Like, especially with role-playing games, I don't know. Pretty cool. And no, I don't sit on a couch. I don't sit in a chair when I play video games. Video games are too hardcore to do those things. I jump around. No, I don't actually jump around. No, I don't actually jump around. That's extremely strange. I stand up and I pace back and forth when I play video games, and I stare at that screen, because to me, when I'm playing a video game, what is happening on that screen is a difference between life or death, self-esteem or hating yourself. Are you going to be a successful person in life or not a successful person in life? So, pretty sure you can see why I like them. People don't like them though. I would not have the math skills. I would not have the other skills. I would not have the literary skills. I would not be able to draw conclusions the way I draw conclusions if I had not been playing video games since I was 1. It wasn't that in-depth when I was 1, but from age 2 and onward it kind of grew. I wouldn't call myself addicted to video games, but I wouldn't get A's if I had never played video games. Like, I was dividing by 2 when I was playing video games when I was 7. I was multiplying, and I was adding, and I was typing in numbers, and I was coding. You know how the government wants you to do their little hour of code? I have coded hours! I have coded enough to make sure that, hour of code seems pretty obsolete to me. I hope that I've coded enough. Does the government really want you to spend 23 hours of your day not coding and then 1 hour a day coding? You know what that sounds like? That sounds like get out and play an hour a day. So what are you supposed to do with the other 22 hours? Anyway, that makes a great transition to video games versus sports. I don't see why everyone has to make a ruckus on this issue. They're both forms of entertainment. They both have their advantages and their disadvantages. I personally prefer video games, but I'm not a very good judge of video games versus sports because I'm not good at sports. If someone has approximately an equal level of skill in both ones, whether they're a sports prodigy and a video game prodigy, if they're average in both, if they are just sad in both. I'm just sad in sports, except for some sports, like Foursquare, where I'm actually pretty good, but video games, they're more my area. So, I would obviously have a bias towards video games. People who are better at sports would obviously have a bias towards sports. I don't see why people have to make a big deal out of it. It's an opinion thing, really. It's different for every person. Like, sports are obviously healthier for you, because some people who make me sad inside. I don't know. I'm not going to insult you guys if you happen to play video games and you just sit in a chair. I happen to be very active while I'm playing video games. I pace back and forth. Sometimes I jump because, oh, I could have done that multiplayer match better, you know.
Oh, I could have done that multiplayer match better, you know. Oh, I could have done that multiplayer match better, you know.
I don't know, some people just sit on their couch and take it like a man. You hear that voice crack? That was pretty good. But, I don't know. Obviously, because I seem to have the lung capacity of someone half my age, I'm not exactly the most sportily inclined person. So, yeah. I am not healthy, and sports are healthy, and that is not good, because if I enter, like, the Wheaton Sports Center, I immediately really want to faint. I probably can't faint, but I do want to faint, because the athletic atmosphere is just really overwhelming, and it bothers me. But, just a summary. People like video games, people don't like video games, and no one really needs to compare them to sports. It's an opinion matter, people. I figure I haven't stressed that enough. No, I haven't. Hold on for a minute while I think. I have stressed that enough. Ha! I have mastered the English language in these past 12 seconds.
Ha! I have mastered the English language in these past 12 seconds.
Ha! I have mastered the English language in these past 12 seconds.
But that's pretty much it this episode. I hope you really enjoyed it, like you've enjoyed all the other episodes 1 through 5. I figure we should end it with my Wesley word of wisdom.
Wisdom.
For the day. This one, I just thought of it today. It is a lot better to liberate something than to steal it. Have an excellent day, everyone. And I'll see you next Wednesday.